Right, we're on the milling machine now, and you can see we've got our fixture clamped direct to the bed. There's a stud through there, there's a hole in that, so there's a stud there, and we've got a clamp here on this side here with the packing blocks at the other side. And what we're doing is we're just setting that so it's perfectly straight and parallel with the axis of the bed. So what we're doing is I'm just running it backwards and forwards. It's actually 5 thousandths out, but I'll just demonstrate. It's on 5 now, plus 5. It's just starting to go back. It's not perfectly flat, that material. It's just bright drawn. It's not ground or machined or anything of that nature. So there, there's about 1 there, so it's about 4. It's about 4 out. So what we'll do is just give it a tap. Run it back to the other end, because it'll go negative then. And the handle's not screwing here. I'll just screw that back in. There you go. Right. Sorry, it's going positive, isn't it? It's going positive, that's it. Positive. I'd have to hit from that side. I can't get into hit it on that side. So what we'll do, we'll go back to this end. We'll do it at this end, because I'm going to be hitting it towards the column now. And we're going to go halfway. See? So we're about 1. So let's just give it a tap. A bit too much there. Let's just see what that looks like. Let's adjust that. 0. Wrong way. There you go. Still not moved. Still just dropping off now. There's about 1 thou in that. And that's a discrepancy in the surface finish. I don't believe it's to do with the alignment of this. It's that surface finish. But that's pretty good, don't you think? I think that'll do for us, I do. Alright. Okay. Excellent. Alright, that's that done. We'll knock it down and we'll check it again. It might move, you never know. There you go. It's okay. Alright. Right, here's the coaxial indicator. It's a more and right one. I'm not sure who actually makes it. We'll put this collet in there, and then we'll clock the. You got a little lever that you can hold it, but we'll clock it up, the work up. I'll get it rigged up, and I'll let you have a look. Alright, I've just got the thing set up now. There are many different little prong things that you can get with it for different sizes, different heights, all kinds of stuff. They're all in the box. These are the ones that we need for this particular job. And what we can do is we can turn this by hand, and it tells us how far out it is off centre. See, and then all we do is we move the X and Y, and then we get bang over. So here, for example, is for the Y. So when we come round to here, we're still a little bit out, aren't we? We're a bit out on the X as well. And 0 there. It's gone around quite a bit, hasn't it? Oh, that's wrong one. it's got to come back that way, hasn't it? So that's got to go, sorry, that way. Do is operate it slowly. I need to just put that on the left. It's easier to drive this at the same time. And you can make your adjustments. Can you see that? I think that's pretty close. We can't get it any better than that. Which tells us perhaps that that's not perfectly round. What we're going to do is drop it down and put it on the body here. If we can get in and do that, we will. I don't think we will we? No, we won't. No, we can't get it in. So anyway, but that's pretty close there now. So that looks pretty good. So we're over the centre now. Let's just verify. Let's try that again. See, it's getting worse then. Improving. Worse. Improving. Worse. Worse. We're just there. Let's get back to where we were. There you go. That's probably about as good as it gets, and it one division on there, which is 0.1 of a millimetre. I think it's pretty good for what it is. What do you think? That'll do for us anyway, for our cylinders. There's some discrepancies in the surface finish, not that good as it should be perhaps. Alright, that's going to do for us then, so that's our 0 point. So I'm going to zero the DRRO now. I've zeroed the DRRO now, so we know where it is. I'll just verify for you just to be sure. So you're happy with it? See? So that's our coaxial indicator, and that's what we use it for. It's easier if you get it just moving slowly on the drive, and keep moving your handles until it starts, well, it gets to the centre. You'll soon see if you've gone past or you haven't gone close enough, it'll be way off. But there you go. It's not very often I've used this, probably about third or fourth time. I quite like it, it's quite good. Right, we're now set up, we know where the centre line is now. Now we can put all the information into the DRRO about where the PCD is going to start from and what we're going to do. Alright, I'm just reading through the little manual now for the PCD functions on this here. I've never done this before on the DRRO, so I'm just reading through it now. Just step 1, find your absolute workpiece datum and 0 each axis in ABS mode. Align the tool so that it is set at X and Y 0 position. Well, it's at X and Y 0 now. Move machine tool slide until X axis displays, which is in the 0. Okay. Select ink, which we've got. Coordinate mode and 0 each axis are both zeroed. The 0 point is the center of the PCD, so the center of our circle. Press the PCD function key, enter the radius of the PCD followed by the enter key. So PCD function key is here. Okay, I've entered that. So I've got 1.0625, so the radius of our PCD is 1 1/16 of an inch. Press the down key, enter the start angle, followed by the enter key. So the down key, our start angle is 0, enter. Okay, the end angle, press the down key, enter the end angle followed by the enter key, 360. And then enter. So 360. Press the down key, enter the number of holes followed by enter key. Oh, we got 12 holes. So we press that button. According to this, we do this. 1, 2, but it doesn't want to know that. There's something not right there, isn't there? How do you go back? Can't. There's no going back. Okay, after much messing around with this, trying to get my head around what's going on with this thing, it seems pretty straightforward. We've got it set up now. It's actually set for the first position now. You've got to go use these arrows here, including using the buttons to set your angles, starting angles, finish angles, number of holes, and the PCD. There's a function here which is PCD, which is the one you select. But this is the position for number 1. So it's saying x-axis is minus 1.0626. So it's inch and 1/16 radius, our PCD. So that's going to be our first hole. Now let's just tab through and we can check. There should be 4 times where 1.0626 should be seen here, and the zeros. Now watch. Hole 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.0626, 0, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now hole 7 should be the same as well. There you go, 1.0626 and 0. Now we're looking at hole number 10, 9, 10. 1.0626, and now we go back around 12. That's the last hole, and we go back to 1, which takes us back to where we start. Okay, so that's set. It's ready now to use. We'll position hole number 1. We'll get a center drill and we'll spot our first hole. Hopefully you can see the DRRO. We're on hole number 5, and that's the exact position of hole number 5 on the 0. So what I'm going to do is put my glasses on, put my earmuffs on. I'm just going to spot that with this, with a centre drill. Let's just see what it looks like. And then you'll see what it's like when we move to the other hole. We'll press this down here and it'll come up number 6, and that'll give us the new coordinates for on the X and Y. Right. You ready? Right, there we are. Let's go to the next hole. See there, the new coordinates. So watch, I'm going to move the X now. I will try that. Alright, what I'll do is I'll continue with these holes, and then when we put the drill in, I'll bring you back and let you have a look. Alright, we've come back around to the start again now. Obviously you can see we've still got the clamps on. We're going to drill these holes that we can get at all the way through now. And I'll just keep going as far as I can, and then when I get to the end I'll bring you back in. I'll let you see a couple of them. Alright? Right, I've just moved the clamps. I'm going to do the hole at the back and the hole at the front. Not happy with that. Let's that's out a little bit too far. Just push it back in. Right, that's the first one done. Alright, I've got all the 3 cylinders, all the holes drilled in them now, on that PCD, the 12 holes, the 8BA holes. They've all been done now. I've also drilled the 1/16th breather hole in the bottom of the cap. Well, there's the 1/16th breather hole. I'm just going to operate the little button that sets the close to. So if I stand here, can you see the 1/16th hole? Where is it? Just there, I think. and there's all the holes, 12 holes. There was a slight error on that first one that we did, remember. I corrected that for the second and third one. There was a slight error on the x-axis positioning, so we've done that now. So that's that one, and that's the other two. You can see the holes in now. And we've got the little hole in the bottom as well, 1/16th hole. So they're technically done now. On the drawing it does show some ribs across the top, some stiffening ribs across there, but I might not put them in. They're only for appearances, they are. Because on the real full-size locomotive, this would have been a cast iron component, and what would have happened is that you would have had ribs across the top to strengthen it. We don't need them for what we're doing. We've got plenty of material in there. So as far as these are concerned, everything's finished on these now. The only thing that we've got to do for these is I've got the diaphragm material coming. We're going to have to cut that, so we'll have to fit that, and I've got to make the piston rod, and that's got to be done for all 3 cylinders. Then when that's done, the cylinders are actually finished, and then we're looking at other features like fittings. We're looking at the clevis. I've got the clevises in the little tin there on the bench, so we've pretty much finished with that now. I think next thing we'll make will be the piston rods. We'll get them done out of this piece of stainless steel that we talked about the other day. We'll finish that off. But anyway, there we go. That's that job finished on the milling machine. That PCD function on the DRRO worked really well. I was quite pleased with that. So yeah, that was good. But anyway, that's enough for today, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.